You are now rocking with the 3-yard play.
Right.
We just figured out a 3-yard play, fam. We're gonna win every time.
Yeah.
Hit that link with you. Come on in.
You're tuned into the 3-Yard Play podcast. Well, the only question is, does it work for you?
Trail got wings, bitch.
We been working all year. It's game time. We all here. We turned up. Oh yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year. We been working all year. It's game time. We all here. We turned up. Oh yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year. We live in weight just to hold up the trophy. Flag on the plate, cause them haters can't hold me. And one, 2-a-days and run up the biggest hill just to sharpen up my skills. They hit the scoreboard first, I had to hit them drills. Time I get around the corner, they gon' see my new wheels. After practice, till the lights come on, till they bust ride out and they gone. That rally had us help, my teammate down the steps. Player, we got plays you ain't even seen yet. I post up and fade away like graffiti. Just don't claim it's love when you see us on TV. We been working all year. It's game time. We all here. We turned up. Oh yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year.
3-Yard Play podcast.
We been working
brought to you by reality.
all year.
Where it is what it is.
Game time.
You get what you get.
We all here.
So comment and let us know where you
Oh
live.
yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year.
New Black Magic Jr. album, Riot's Work, coming soon. Featuring bangers like How Deep, Cursed, the Poland Remix, Rolling, and many more. Also be sure to check out the album, FM Max, Sleep Well, and Breaking Cases of Mercy.
Engineered alien technology that took the skull and bones, silver first for all of y'all to see. Black magic in the flash, hacking through the algorithm, killing shit the best.
New Black
95
Magic
Bulls
Jr.
running full court press. Jordan back after getting shit off his chest.
Cause the truth is the hardest shit.
Yeah, 3-Yard Play podcast with it. What's good? We back. What's up, family? What's good, LJ? What's up, Timo?
What's up, bro?
Man, nothing much, man. It's just been on my mind lately. This is the backstage, so we can, loosen our neckties a little bit. But I was looking at a movie the other day, and it made me realize, like, man, movies have played a major part in my life. I watch a lot of cinema, and it's almost as important as music. Not quite, but it's up there. So I just wanted to throw it out there. What's a movie and or movies that either something you like, man, this was just phenomenal, this was my shit, or something you just like, man, this is just slept on. Like, more people should be up on this, or this one really went under the radar. But what's something that makes you feel like that? And I'll kick the ball off since I've thought about it and came with the topic. Not to put y'all on the spot, but first and foremost, this movie right here, man, City of God. If you can see that shirt, man, and it's in Portuguese, but the movie is called The City of God, man. Super fire movie, man. It's really based on a true story out of Brazil. I don't want to say too much and ruin it, but it's a movie. They probably embellished a little bit, but shouts out to the homie Rashad Thornton, man, put me onto that one. But incredible movie. Something else I feel like in terms of the slept on category, I would have to say Idiocracy. The movie Idiocracy was by this dude, Mike Judge. And I want to say Mike Judge is the same person who was involved in King of the Hill, that little animated show.
Oh, yeah.
Like Boomhauer and Hank Hill and all those folks. So, one of the guys from there. And the movie is live action. It's not an animated movie, but it's an interesting story on basically their prediction for the future. And instead of the future being some super high tech, Star Trek type of future, it's more of a just dumbed down, kind of what we're seeing, how the dumb shit is just more and more popular and what happens as a result. So, Idiocracy, especially given these current times, is just an interesting flick that, people should go see.
What about you, Tom? Man. Ooh, so I'm gonna go with the most recent. Well, shoot, my all-time favorite. This is going to call it what it is. It's Coming to America. I just can't get past that. It still just play a major part in how I interact with my family and all that stuff. Just all those one-liners, all kinds of things. Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. You know what I mean? I'll just go all in. But most recently though, I think it was called The Glass Onion or something like that. That was on Netflix. I just like that. The whole I like the storyline, the cinema, the artistic value behind it, just the twists and turns. You know, like I said, I don't know if I did tell y'all, I'm not a big movie person. You know what I mean? I don't go to the movies often, you know what I mean? But most recently, because I'm getting old and running out of things to do, I've been just checking out a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that Glass Onion, though, that was pretty good for me. You know what I mean? Just the mystery of it all. To Tripp's point, I don't want to talk too much about it, but that Janelle Monáe character, boy, she put some things in that acting. Let me just put it that way. So
Yeah. I guess if I had to pick one, growing up, my family was big on like martial arts and all that. So I initially, Enter the Dragon and all that stuff was like that. That was big, but I think one of the groundbreaking ones for me was like The Last Dragon. Showing up.
You got the glow.
You got the glow. You know what I mean? So it was a great movie, man. To kind of like give me my own little superhero karate guy. But that was one of my main ones starting out. But then I think The Matrix. I guess that was like the beginning of the wake up for everybody.
I've never seen The Matrix.
Wow.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Oh yeah.
It was fine. I'd say start with the first one. The first one to me was the toughest. The concept was kind of new. But yeah.
The Matrix, that right there, like opened up a whole nother, things we always hear around the house about, this and that, they trying to do this and that. So I think that was a groundbreaking movie for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
I dig that. Along those lines, man, and when you tipped on that Matrix topic, I gotta give a shout out to Terminator 2. Because T2 was hard. Like you really like when you see T2 now, the special effects is kind of like it's not as impressive because it's been so long. But like back in the day, Terminator 2 was the joint. Shout out to Robert Patrick. I actually just saw a picture of him on Facebook, but that's the actor who played the T-1000. And it's crazy to see him because he on there straight looking like somebody uncle or daddy now. But back in the day, man, I'd say that was a fast ass white boy, man. For me. That white dude was running down cars in that movie, cuz.
Now, if you go along that lines too, you gotta start with the first Predator too.
Okay.
The first Predator. I think the guy who played Predator was a black guy.
Hey, I don't know if y'all were on that Top Gun back in the day, but when I was coming back from Cancun, I watched Top Gun 2. And at first I was like, man, I ain't watching that joke. Man, I ain't realized, but I really love the first Top Gun, boy, because there's a lot of connections to it. And I got off that plane feeling validated. I was like, yeah. I thought it was gonna be a piece of crap. I ain't gonna lie to you, but they did a great job tying in the storylines and making it relevant to today. You know what I mean? At first, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna pull it off, doing part 2 to 30 years later. You know what I mean? But they did an excellent job with that. The other thing too, what is it, the Warrior King, Queen. The Woman King.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
I watched that twice. You know what I mean? Back to back. Because I was like, wait a minute. There's some things I missed on the front end and went back. But more or less, I just like the message of empowerment through it all.
Oh yeah,
That girl dad stuff start kicking in every now and then. You want that warrior princess myself. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what about your iconic films like Boys in the Hood?
It's funny you mentioned Boys in the Hood because I was just thinking, man, we got to give it up, man. Take a second, man, to show love to O'Shea Jackson, man. The brother Ice Cube, man. Ice Cube got in that movie gang and really did his thing in the movie game. Like Friday is a classic comedy. You know, Friday is up there with the Cheech and Chong, whatever you want to put on some just classic comedy, National Lampoon, all that. You got to give Friday his spot. So, you know, we got to shout out to him and just the whole cast of that. You know, everybody who was in there really did their thing, man. The people played their roles to where when you saw other movies, I still wanted them to be their Friday characters. You know, some stuff I'm like, man, I just need you to play such and such one more time. So, shouts out to Q. All About the Benjamins was fire. You know, that was another good one that he put out. But in terms of those iconic, I mean, Menace to Society. You know, Menace to Society is the top G flick for me. Of just like, man, Menace to Society had you ready to hold a gun sideways and just crash out. I don't know.
Hey, since we're in that lane, the most, I just say the most impressive acting I've ever seen in a movie like that was Tupac and Juice. Boy, I hated Bishop, bro. I hated Bishop.
You play hell out that role.
Pop couldn't be Bishop no more. He was Bishop to me. Every time I saw him, I couldn't stand.
Now, who was harder? Who was harder though? Who was harder, Bishop or L-Dog?
Oh shoot! What
was my boy? What was my boy from?
I would have to go. I would have to go with Bishop only because he was a little bit unpredictable. You could almost see
calculated too. Bishop seemed more just like
was just wilding. You could see if you was probably in the street, you could see him coming. You know what I'm saying? But you might not see. You
didn't see Bishop. That joker, he played that part too real. I was like, bruh.
Yeah.
I said, man, that dude, you know, I'm old, so I was like, man, that dude gonna do something, boy, because he had me fooled, boy. But we can't talk about iconic in movies and then not mention Eddie Murphy, man. He just ran He ran the show. I used to talk a lot of junk, but I think I've probably seen about 90% of his movies. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't watching that silly junk like the clumps and all that other stuff, man. Then you get to watching it, you realize, man, that junk was golden, man. That joke Eddie Murphy can do. He put some stuff together, man.
And I know we're supposed to be only in the movies, but I just got to, you know, throw in some TV shows, bro. You know, like TV was big too, you know, especially if you talk about like Bill Cosby, and best for me it was like Different World.
Hey, it's backstage, there's no rules, man. Take it where you need to take it, man.
Yeah, different. Hey, them shows right there, Different World, even What's Happening, all that, man, that stuff was just iconic to me. Like,
just what about my man Robert Townsend? We can't speak on black cinema without bringing up Robert Townsend or even black media, because you know they were influential in a lot of ways. But that Hollywood Shuffle, man.
I'm about to say that Winky Dinky Dog, baby.
You know, like, and if you haven't, please, man, make it a point, check out Hollywood Shuffle. Go get it out the Real Video Store, but if not, YouTube it. But you know, look at Hollywood Shuffle when you get a minute. Satire, and then along the lines of television, shouts out to the Wayans. Because
that's exactly what I was just about to bring up.
In Living Color was the first Chappelle show. You know, if you really look at it, and Chappelle took it, you know, even to a whole nother place. But in Living Color was hard. That was a show we look forward to every week. Like, you don't wait to go to school and talk about it.
Oh yeah, if you think about it, like look at all the all-stars that came from that platform. I mean, you had Jim Carrey, that was his beginning there. You know, J-Lo. Stuff people you wouldn't even think of.
Right. So, man, then you got me that Hollywood Shuffle. That's something else.
Hollywood Shuffle was too funny, bro.
I mean, I just ate a big old can of beans.
The Hollywood Shuffle was hard. Then I'm gonna get you sucker.
Oh man, that was big. I love that movie.
I loved it.
Yeah,
and then then somebody brought up Harlem Nights to me not too long ago, boy. Hey, I ain't even talking about that sunshine. You know what I
mean? Hey, question for y'all then. Since we are looking at highlights, what's something that was a disappointment? What's something you was like, man, this shit was hype? Like, really, when you look at it, this movie was not like that. Or something that you felt like, when you look back on it, one like that. I could think of one that comes to mind immediately, and maybe I'm hating, but I was just so disappointed because in my mind that I thought the concept was so awesome, but that Freddy versus Jason. I don't know if you ever thought, but Freddy versus Jason won nothing, man. Like they both had such great series leading up to it. Like this what y'all, bruh. This what y'all giving me for Freddy versus Jason, bruh. Like disappointing, just disappointing.
So I had a different reaction. You asked for one thing, but my brain went a whole nother level, and it went to It's and about how great it was. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It was something better than I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now I got this shout out.
That's how I feel about Ray. If you talk about movies like that's how I feel about Ray. Like Jeremy Irons played the hell out of Ray Charles. Like
right. Yeah. They were in the same vein with that. Like they played those characters. You know what I mean? They really
came a long way from Wanda.
Right.
Yeah. What you about to say, Thomas?
I forgot now because I'm trying to listen. You know what I mean? But it was along the lines of y'all go ahead though. While I think of it.
Now I'm thinking like I don't know. What about what was it called? The Magnificent Seven? I think that movie was it Magnificent Seven, the one that had Denzel Washington as the lead. It was kind of like a cowboy setting, cowboy movie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I need to go back and see that again though.
Man, and it was a lot of big time A-listers in that movie, and I was just surprised at how, and I shouldn't be surprised, but I was surprised that they made Denzel the lead out of all those other potential leads. You know what I'm saying, in that movie, especially the topic, you know, it being a Western. You know, so and he was bad in that. He was tough. So that jump was an awesome move right there, bro.
But I just thought about y'all got me on that. One of this is the one I forgot to mention. That Color Purple was still awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Color Purple. Then Quentin Tarantino with the Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. What is it? Jackie Brown, man. Shoot, it's some stuff out there. Boy,
Why you leave out Spike Lee though?
I ain't leave out
Spike.
Did we leave out Spike? School Days, same thing.
School Days, I mean, come on.
Mo Better Blues, you know what I mean? That representation mattered. I ain't gonna lie.
New Jack City was hard. Shouts out Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah.
That New Jack City was real tough, you know. And also Dead Prez, man. Dead Prez was hard. I thought Dead Prez is a little slept. You know, like some people watch Dead Presidents, but like that was a hard movie, and it made me have a whole nother level of respect for Chris Tucker, because Chris Tucker was a genius comedic actor, but his role in Dead Prez was very serious, and he did a real good job of, you know, brought a lot to the character and everything. So shouts out to Dead Presidents also.
Yeah, I just thought about
Belly. We can't forget Belly. You know, Belly classic.
You know, I ain't seen Belly either, right?
What? Bro, you got to see Belly, man. Watch Belly. Treat your
flag on the play.
Treat your hey, we running out of time. We gotta get out of here, man.
He talks about me because I ain't seen Belly. He talking about Belly. He thought about the time. He's like,
look, on time, on flag. You know what I mean?
Right on the time. Come on, get this dude. We need one of them Apollo sticks, man. Get this dude out of here, man.
One of my favorites, though, I think people might have slept on, was Legend of the Fall with Brad Pitt. And California with Brad Pitt. That boy, I think California was based out of Atlanta. Though. They filmed it out of Atlanta. And he was playing this character named Early. He was a serial killer, boy. That was something different, boy. But Legend of the Fall.
You seen Usual Suspects?
Yeah. That was one.
I thought out there. I mean, there may be some young people who don't know about that one. So, you know, watch Usual Suspects. That's a real hard suspense one. This movie, The Others was like a PG thriller, but back in the day, The Others was kind of hard, just on some acting shit, you know.
Right
now, you know, I kind of like those mind bending movies. So, Inception was a dope.
I need to watch that again. I can't front. I need to watch it. I think I dozed off at one of the dreams within the dreams, and I was just they went just past that point where I was paying attention. Like,
it's a dope movie, dope concept. You know what I mean? Kind of in the same lines of Matrix. You know, layers within layers. You know. So yeah.
Yeah, it's always dope when movies give a little game or something like you feel like they already playing with on another level. Like, okay, this movie's kind of telling you a little something. There might be some truth in this, who knows?
Now, Will Smith's best movie to me, I think it's called what, 7 Pounds? Okay. Y'all seen that? Where he has he's got to give. He picks 7 people to give, like, he's dying or whatever. He gives them organs. They all need these particular organs to and he gives each one of them like either his eye, his heart, until he's basically no more. Like an ultimate sacrifice or something like that. I think that's the name of the movie. It was called 7 Pounds.
What was the movie? I remember the movie. I think it was called 7. Where the dude was like the 7 deadly sins, like
yeah.
I never made it to the end of that one, but I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Al Pacino and what's the boy name from the Titanic dude, Leonardo DiCaprio, I think.
Yeah, I'm about to say I feel like either Leonardo or Brad Pitt. One of them was in that joint.
I think it's Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
I like
it. Kind of hard. Fight Club was decent.
Carlito's Way was mine. What was my movie?
Carlito.
Over and over, Al Pacino. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you what was pretty good, and I didn't realize it was back in the day. The Mask with Jim Carrey. The kids had me watch that, and I was like, man, that was pretty entertaining, man.
I need to watch it again. I saw it in the theaters back in the day, but I need to peep that joint again.
And three's coming out, so the kids want to watch 1 and 2. And I'm like, ooh, we're gonna need to, because I don't remember that.
Back up. So check that. Remember Scarface? Don't talk about Al Pacino. Scarface, that's a classic.
Oh yeah,
I know that was good or bad for people's psyche. Kind of led brothers astray trying to be Scarface.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody want to be Scarface now.
He made a move on our community big time, but
people saw a lot of cocaine trying to be Scarface.
Yeah, and hopefully the new age or the new wave, like Black Panther, I think that was, man, that was just like an unbelievable monumental, just to see us in a different light, man. That was, I know some people say they didn't necessarily jive with it, but at the end of the day, like I said, it showed us on a whole different light. You know what I mean? And power. Yeah. So you had everybody, and then it sold. So the proof was in the pudding. It was a top tier movie, man.
But I feel like let's end it on that one, man. We, RIP to that brother. Wish he was still here. Shouts out to everybody that was in Cinema TV that's passed on the other side. Where we still enjoy your work to this day. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
3 Hour Play Podcast, man. We out. And again, man, the only question is, does it work for you?
Yep.
Yeah.
El Bravo, take you out. You start with the reference to God.
All streaming platforms featuring hits like Young Jit, Stowaway, My Book of Life, and many more. Follow El Bravo at Lab Tech Music Group. It's time.
Like a stowaway.
Baby, you out. Release me.
Just like
in
a
stores now.
Your homeland's far away. Take my hand and let me lead, though. I feel like they wanna take me, baby. Where you ready me? Take a shot at the back of my hand and leave me for dead.
El Bravo. Release me in stores now.
You see, the thing that separates us from every other group of slaves is the fact that
thank y'all for tuning in today and every day. And remember to keep running your 3 Yard Play.
Look at them mouths, we feel like flowers, they gon' grow. We gon' water season, watch that harvest flow. Whoa. I've been crunching
cause we know heroes are made in the off season.
There should be no reason
and grind the slow is better than crashing out
we
the
get
dough.
that money bound for we don't run it.
Let's say, young brothers, remember,
fulfill the promise.
I ain't never 3 yards every day. They can never
I can't
stop.
read that narrative, so ain't no need of calling us. You ain't never had to tell your kid being black was a sin, cause his skin was reflected through America. Taking care of us was just a handout, right? But it was fair when free labor was just as nice. I can bet you your life, your kids living alright. Cause me and mine had to do
rocking
it
with
die
the 3
every single
Yard Play
night.
Podcast.
I get mine, you get yours, but
work together, nigga. We gon' get some more. Yeah. Look at them mouths, we feel like flowers.
So
they
like,
gon' grow.
subscribe, share.
We gon' water season, work that overflow. I've been crunching numbers, winter, fall, spring, or summer. There should be no reason that the baby never hunger. Where we get that money bound for, we don't run it. I only pay allegiance to.